Hi, I'm Steve. Let's go for a ride in the 2015 Fiat 500L. You're probably familiar with the Fiat 500. That's the small little two-door, the cute little Fiat that they brought back to the US several years ago. Well, this is its bigger sibling. This is called the 500L, and it's considerably larger than the regular 500. It's much bigger. It's a two-row multi-purpose type vehicle. They call it an MPV, and it's also in a segment they call the B class. So Fiat has basically turned the 500 into a wagon or an MPV, and it has just gobs of headroom and lots of space inside. It's a 5-passenger vehicle. They do offer a longer version in Europe that we're not going to get in the US that has optional third-row seat, and we just get the two-row model here. It's a small vehicle. It's easy to drive, easy to park. It feels kind of sporty when you drive it. The US model has a 1.4-liter multi-air 4-cylinder turbo engine with about 160 horsepower and approximately 185 or so foot-pounds of torque. And it makes it responsive. It's certainly not a rocket ship, but for a car of this size, you know, it works pretty good. And we've been driving it now for a week, and we like it a lot. It has a small footprint, meaning it's a small outside of the car, but the inside has great headroom. I don't know if you can see, this has the dual pane sunroof, but I've got just tons of room in here. And there's 3 different transmission options. This one has the new for 2015 6-speed automatic. It's actually, they buy it from a company in Japan called Aisin. And the other choices are a 6-speed manual, which is great. You can still get a shift for yourself manual gearbox, or a twin clutch transmission, which is an automatic without a torque converter. We like this this style actually. It's very responsive. It has a manual shift gate if you want to shift by yourself, and it does just fine. This model is called the 500L Trekking. And what that does is it gives the outside more crossover style styling cues. You can see the great view. I don't know if you can see it or not out here today. We're in the Palos Verdes Peninsula in California, and in a city called Palos Verdes Estates, and it's just got some great views. Anyway, getting back to our car, the Trekking model adds some crossover styling cues. It is only offered in front-wheel drive, and so if you want all-wheel drive, Fiat is coming up very soon with a new model called the 500X, which looks a little bit different than this and offers all-wheel drive. This has some options and packages on it that gives you this big Uconnect infotainment system here. It has the optional navigation system as well, and you can do all sorts of neat things with that. So if you're in the market for a small wagon type MPV vehicle, this in the US, this doesn't have that many competitors. In Europe and Asia and other countries, there's just lots and lots of cars like this. But here you might consider it if you're looking at, say, something like a Kia Soul, or maybe a Scion XB, or possibly maybe the Ford C-Max, which is a little bit bigger, or even you know, other like small wagon type vehicles. This competes pretty much with most of them. And you can, what you do get with this is you get European influence styling, which is very unique. Nothing else really looks quite like this. Oh, and I forgot to mention another competitor would be the Mini. There's various versions of the Mini, including the Countryman. And you can get into a Fiat 500L for right around $20,000 or so. This model I think starts out about 21, and then with all of the options and packages that it has on it, it's right out the door price is $29,000. So basically we now have a lot of choices in the US market that we never had before, and to me that's a fabulous thing. These are cars that would not have come here had Fiat not re-entered the US market. So we're all for the power of choice. We think that the more choices you have, the better. And I will say, you know, for folks who remember how Fiat used to be way back many, many years ago, things have changed dramatically. They're now a world-class car company. They have just many, many different models and vehicles that they offer, all the way from big giant trucks to small little cars like the 500. And I'll tell you, this is a sophisticated small car. It's got great European styling. It's fun to drive. It's great to look at, and it's reasonably priced. And there aren't too many other vehicles in this segment, really. This is kind of a unique vehicle in the US, and we're really happy that it's here. And now you have the choice of more cars to try. Thank you, Fiat, for that. So go out and try the 500L. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at all of the things that it does have to offer. And be sure to see our complete review on CarNichiWa.com, including a walk-around video and more information. Thank you so much for joining us in the 2015 Fiat 500L, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.